A quick reminder to you about corporations and how they usually function. Well, it's not something about how they basically function at a foundation, but we're seeing the trend in which the mega corporation seems to take roots. A corporation which will include all the others, irrespective of their branchings, irrespective of their um, ideas or the fields in which they activate. See, when that would happen, it's basically what some of the elites have been telling you as the New World Order. See, when these mega corporations spread everywhere, they never have a law of their own. They are not political entities, right? They are just economical black holes whose purpose is to simply strip money of all the countries. But they're not necessarily doing it, right? If you pay careful attention, you'll see that these are actually the funnels through which the money is being pumped out. The economical, cultural assassinations and the such are done by other people, right? Mass media mainly, because by controlling how people see and think, you have power over them, right? As I said in the previous video, you're not controlling those people, you're just controlling some energy flow. And those people have the power to decide what they want in life based on their awareness. And since this society excels at keeping you at a low level of awareness, well, you're gonna act based on that. Your full power doesn't help you much when you're not inclined towards knowledge, because you're gonna stay low. When you stay low, where is your wisdom, right? So these corporations that probably are infiltrating or have infiltrated your country and are doing the same thing that's happening in Eastern Europe, like Romania and Ukraine, these corporations don't function by political laws. They don't have any laws. But you will see them taking all the land possible from the people, economically killing their farmers and all sorts of things like that. And then slowly and surely, when the people get too weak economically, some greater entities will come and assume the land as their own. Feel free to not believe me, but look at Ukraine. Ukraine's external debt has been bought by the Rothschilds 1 or 2 years ago. I don't remember exactly, but it has been done. So in a way, that country belongs to them. A lot of fools will say, no, you cannot own a single country. Well, maybe you cannot own a single country. That is how corporations actually function. They make you believe that they own you. But in a way, they kind of own you if they own your economical state, because they have to rebuild your economy. And while your economy is built, you don't have any power to counter it. So they can build your society the way they want. Do you think they will build a society in a beautiful way, in a, well, paradise world or whatever? Or will they do the same thing that's going on in China? 15-minute cities and, you know, basically life is gonna be almost illegal if you leave it outside of their points of view. An utopia or a dystopia? Well, both exist at the same time. Someone's dystopia is definitely someone else's utopia. And we live in a world of contrasting viewpoints. But never forget, the corporations don't have laws of their own through which they can take lands and they can expropriate or do whatever the trend seems to be going. See, the only thing in a way that exists like this is called a corporatocracy. It is a term within sci-fi where a corporation brings down, or well, a set of corporations bring down the governments of all tribes that exist on the current planet. And after they succeed in doing that, they will branch all the corporations together into a great conglomerate. Basically what's being shown to you in Cyberpunk or games like that. You also see a much more distant step of this entropy, right? This path of entropy, like ultimate entropy, you can see it in Star Wars, right? Because what after those corporations take control theoretically and practically of everything by completely impoverishing people and making them unable to vote, unable to have access to education or to any life standard in the end? Well, the very simple point is they never had any law to do that. But the very first step afterwards or during this will be the creation of what the elites called the New World Order. Once that is installed, they will start creating their own laws, and people not being capable of arming themselves anymore or, well, having too many resources at their disposal, they will have to simply agree. Now, the more ignorant the masses are, well, the easier it will be. That is why, for example, in Soviet Russia, the Khazars, or, well, the elites, as you may call them, they have killed most of the elite population, right? The people who are knowledgeable, the wise ones, right? They're true leaders. Because in the end, the communist regime within, well, actually the socialist regime in the USSR was nothing else but yet another, you know, Khazar experiment, just like capitalism. And moving on, the very simple point is when this corporatism reaches a certain peak, it will call itself corporatocracy, or a situation in which the corporations are given the power to rule. There is still an oligarchy beyond all the corporations, but the rulership will be through those corporations. So those will be the political new medium, and they will, in a way, through their mass media, dictate how things will go. And since everything is going fast with technology, the laws are being changed against you similarly quickly. So when it comes to corporatism, well, that is going to be the new step. That is going to be the step that it will take. It is called corporatocracy, or, well, it may have other different names, but basically it is what you see in games like Cyberpunk, because to a certain extent they're showing you how they want the world to be for you. And some people would say, yes, but, are they actually paying companies to, do such games? They don't need to do that, because that is the trend. They're fixing the grand trend for you, and that trend is becoming transhumanist, becoming cybernetic, right? This is the new trend. So if people love it, obviously people who want to make money out of it, including companies, if they study the market well, you see, they will create stuff, right? Back in the times, 20 years ago, there weren't that many sci-fi games. They were usually based off of some franchises and the such. Nowadays, we have way so many of those. Why? Because people are studying the market. The elites are setting the grand trends out of which the smaller ones simply branch off. And the ones who make money out of it, well, they will do things that will serve those branches. Or they will be in tune, let's say, with those branches. When a corporatocracy reaches a higher level and it becomes incapable to be ruled, don't forget that in the stages when the corporations infiltrate your states, they don't have any power. They don't have any laws and the such. They just lie you and keep you distracted. That is their only law. Don't forget the law is only existing there in the country because it is supported by the masses. If the masses don't know their laws, their constitution or whatever it's called, they won't support their laws, but they will support the imposed laws of the invaders by simply staying silent, right? So you're always supporting laws even when you're not acting. When cities will evolve, right, in this current step of entropy, the next one will be what sci-fi calls an ecumenopolis, or what you see on Star Wars, for example, with Coruscant, right? The planet cities, as they're called, where everything will be just corporatist aspects. Everyone will live as a full slave, and probably there won't even gonna be knowledgeable of that. In such a situation, everyone is well used to it. And as someone said, there will come a time when human beings won't even dream about rebellion, right? Well, if that's the utopia that you dream for, well, good luck and keep dreaming. Because the ultimate purpose of that corporatocracy aspect is to kill everyone sooner or later. This being said, take care, enjoy life, and, well, hopefully this video raised a bit of awareness. Ferenc Board signing out.